Welcome back to Headlines. I'm Wes Austin, and these are today's top stories. First up, Keith Olbermann apparently threatened conservative CNN analyst Scott Jennings. He threatened Jennings over a post about Jimmy Kimmel getting his job back. That's like burning down your house because McDonald's brought back the McRib. Then Kamala Harris was pressed by Rachel Maddow about passing on Pete Buttigieg for VP because he was gay. And we've got the clip. Kamala explains that it wasn't because he was gay, it was because of the risks of him being gay. You've got to see this. That's like saying you didn't fire someone for being pregnant, you fired them for the risk of maternity leave. Next, Jimmy Kimmel is returning to the air, except two of ABC's biggest station owners are refusing to carry him after his Charlie Kirk comments. Liberals screamed free speech violations right and left when Kimmel got pulled, but now he's back. It turns out it wasn't government censorship, it was just ABC realizing that Kimmel sucked. And finally, Gavin Newsom, the guy who forced masks on Californians for years, just signed a bill banning law enforcement from wearing masks. Only in California do they ban cops from masks, but let Antifa keep theirs. And then we go to the comment section. So we're first going to look at the segment we did about the Minneapolis mayor who did a whole announcement in Somali. The question is, how many Somalians are in Minnesota? And then on the Angelina Jolie segment, did Angelina once kiss her brother? And was it a French kiss? I'm sorry, but that's a real question. We're going to look at that. Okay, let's dive in. Former MSNBC anchor Keith Olbermann appeared to threaten conservative CNN analyst Scott Jennings on X. It looks like Keith stopped taking his lithium again. Keith wrote to Scott Jennings on X saying, "You're next, mother effer," and then he followed it up with, "but keep mugging to the camera." Keith deleted the post the moment that he realized that an orange jumpsuit would clash with his complexion. Olbermann's outburst seemed to be a response to a post from Jennings reacting to ABC's decision to reinstate late-night host Jimmy Kimmel. Kimmel used to have to worry about stalkers being 20-year-old fangirls. Now, the only stalker he has is a 65-year-old man in a trench coat named Keith. On MSNBC, Rachel Maddow pressed Kamala Harris over her passing on Pete Buttigieg for VP because he was gay.
To say that he couldn't be on the ticket effectively because he was gay is hard to hear.
No, that's not what I said. That he couldn't be on the ticket because he is gay.
I thought that's exactly what she said. But okay, let's listen to Kamala explain why her passing on Pete had nothing to do with him being gay.
To be a black woman running for president of the United States and as a vice presidential running mate, a gay man, with the stakes being so high, it made me very sad, but I also realized it would be a real risk.
So, she didn't pass on Pete because he was gay, she passed on him because he wasn't straight. See the difference? He's back! Despite ABC putting Jimmy Kimmel back on the air, ABC's two biggest station owners, Nexstar and Sinclair, are boycotting and refusing to air his show on their ABC stations. Affiliates had reported that Kimmel's show had fewer viewers than its replacement, which was either a test pattern or a Yule log, depending on the market. Nexstar said this in a statement: "We made a decision last week to preempt Jimmy Kimmel Live following what ABC referred to as Mr. Kimmel's ill-timed and insensitive comments at a critical time in our national discourse." Kimmel's producers responded, arguing that ill-timed and insensitive was entirely on brand for Jimmy. Governor Gavin Newsom, who enforced some of the nation's strictest mask mandates during COVID, just signed a ban aimed at ICE that prohibits law enforcement officers from wearing masks. Newsom wants federal law enforcement to be recognizable so criminals can find them easier. Don't worry though, Newsom does have an exception in the new law for the California Highway Patrol. Apparently, the Highway Patrol protecting Kamala needs masks because when you're unloading cases of Tito's every day, you need a respirator. Here's Gavin Newsom talking about the ban.
I'll be signing a bill, the first in the nation, saying enough. It's ICE, unmask. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of?
Did you notice that he asked that 3 times? He said it 3 times like he was trying to summon Beetlejuice. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? That's how you know he rehearsed it in the mirror for 6 hours. What are they afraid of, Gavin? Probably the fact that your entire state is one giant episode of Cops. And now onto the comment section. So the first segment we're looking at is the one on Jasmine Crockett, where she tried to bring into the record Yahoo News that Charlie Kirk's shooter was MAGA because his family was all MAGA, if you saw that clip. So we have this from Gabby9 Lives. She forgot to take her accent to work. And that's true. She had a pretty straight, normal accent. She wasn't trying to ham it up like she does whenever she's on a podcast or different venues, but that one was pretty straight. So yeah. Then we have this comment from Stephen Fuller 300. Doesn't Jasmine realize that she's out of a job? How the heck do you shut Nimrods up? And I just like the word Nimrods. That's, Stephen, that's a good one. That's something that I would like people to use more. If any of you out there today get the chance to call someone a Nimrod, I'd like you to do it. I mean, not in a mean way, more of in a fun way, but it's just good. I love it. You can tell because I keep smiling about it. Okay. Then this just has to do with cookies. I tried out the Reese's Oreo cookies over the weekend. I just posted a little reel and short about it. And I had a bunch of people upset that I didn't dunk it in milk. Like a handful of comments and some DMs. Clearly people were not happy that I didn't dunk the Oreo in milk. This is from Adam Trebet 3294. Where was the milk dunk? You can't judge an Oreo without the glass of milk. And I've never dunked Oreos in milk. And I did some research, and it looks like only about 30% of people do. I should have been researching news when I was looking at this Oreo thing, but I haven't, and I don't feel too badly because less than half of the people actually do dunk it in milk. But I will try it the next time I do have some Oreos. Okay. On to the segment that we did about the Minneapolis mayor who did that little announcement all in the Somali language. We played that, I think that was just yesterday. This is from Donna Foster 5215. It does sound like Klingon. It did, it really did. And then this is from Krager Ace. He had this question. How many Somalians live in Minnesota? How many live in Minneapolis? Must be a bunch with all the kowtowing to them. I thought this was a good question. Ilhan Omar, I think that's where her district is. I hope I'm not wrong. But I did try to look up that. And this is from some Somali website. But these numbers seemed correct because I saw these confirmed in a few different sources. Somali population in the United States 2025, census, statistics, and growth. So we're going to go down to Somalis in Minnesota, this little snippet. Minnesota is the largest hub for Somali Americans, home to over 86,000 people of Somali descent. Minneapolis and St. Paul together host the bulk of this population. The Cedar Riverside neighborhood, often referred to as Little Mogadishu, is the heart of the Somali community. I couldn't believe that. So they call that place Little Mogadishu. Mogadishu is one of the most dangerous places on the planet. I was looking up what people were saying about traveling there and what the US government was saying, which is do not go there. They were saying they basically don't have laws. All sorts of things will happen to you. It's one of the most dangerous places ever. Don't go there. A lot of us have seen Black Hawk Down, and they call this place Little Mogadishu. Are you, name it something else, or you should name it not anything like Mogadishu. I don't know, it's just, I wouldn't think that's a great name. Anyway, so a lot of people from Somalia are in Minnesota. Okay, then on the segment we did about Angelina Jolie, where she said she doesn't recognize her country. I think this was just yesterday. So we had this from, let's see, GMomDot9763. I think Jolie's lip injections have affected her brain cells. Never cared much for her movies and never will. Anyway, I just thought that was funny, the lip injections. Okay, and then this is from Silver Griffin 4689. And I did see several comments about this, which is why I thought we could look at it and try to find the answer. A woman who French kisses her brother needs mental help. Okay. And several people have commented on this. So did Angelina Jolie kiss her brother? And then was it a French kiss? I feel weird even saying it, but that's the question. So I did find a picture of it. So this is a picture of them kissing, and this is when it happened. So this, I'll probably leave the picture up for a minute while I'm reading you the headline. This is from Fandom Wire. Angelina Jolie's brother clarifies that infamous kiss that is still haunting us. I did not give Angie a French kiss. Okay, that's what he said. Angelina Jolie and her brother shared an affectionate kiss during the 2000 Oscars, which came off as very disturbing to some fans. I would think it was very disturbing to most fans, right? Okay, and then here is a couple of snippets of, or a few snippets of them explaining this kiss. Do you guys remember that? I kind of remember it when it happened, and I'd forgotten about it, but when this came up, it's like, oh yeah, I do remember this. Angelina Jolie's first Oscar win was tarnished by an incident that still haunts her fans. Jolie and brother James Haven got a little too comfortable on the red carpet, and the siblings' one kiss grossed out many people. It was not a peck on the cheeks, but a shocking lip lock that many media outlets captured and made their flashing headlines the next day. Later that year, the Mr. and Mrs. Smith actress explained the situation to Entertainment Weekly. She shared that the kiss was purely out of brotherly love, further adding that her parents really loved that moment, and that's what will always matter. Are you sure, Angie, that they loved that moment? Okay, Haven shared that it was a simple and lovely moment between the siblings that was blown out of proportion by the media. He shared this with Daily Mail. I did not give Angie a French kiss. It was something simple and lovely. She was about to go off to Mexico to finish filming Original Sin with Antonio Banderas. I congratulated her on the Oscar win and gave her a quick kiss on the lips. It was snapped and became a big thing. It just looks really wrong. Okay, that's what they said. That's what they said about that kiss. Thanks for watching Headlines, and if you know anyone out there who might enjoy my clips or videos, please do send them a link. I would appreciate it. I'm Wes Austin. Good night.